welcome back to the N1 podcast. No affiliation with N1. It is what it is. But this is honestly, I wouldn't really call this an episode 2. This is more like a continuation of the first part that I had. So let's say this is a part 2. All right. So now I'm going to talk about some other stuff that's been going on. Now, one of these things that have been going on in the NBA, but it kind of has to deal with the NBA anyway. So I might as well start off with Mikey Williams. This man is stupid, all right? Mikey Williams, I don't understand. What the hell is going on with dudes wanting to act so tough? You grew up in the suburbs, bro. You grew up in middle class. John Morant too, but we're not talking about John Morant. We're talking about Mikey Williams right now. You grew up in the suburbs, my dude. You're not tough. You're not tough, all right? Anybody's tough with a gun in their hand. And yes, that's why I'm talking about him. Because of all these gun charges that he's got. Dude is 17, 18 years old, bruh. He should be in college right now. He's a D1 athlete. He could have possibly been the number 1 or at least a top 5 pick in next year's draft. But no. Now he could possibly be looking up to 28 years in prison if convicted of all charges. Now you might be asking, bro, what the hell is he getting charged for? Well. He has 6. He has 6 felony gun charges to his name. Allegedly, he shot up a vehicle. Yeah. Why? He got arrested in April, and now he has to stand trial and stuff. Here's what Memphis said. Memphis said he can still play, but he can't play while he's on trial. So when the trial is over, when all of that shit is over, he could play. But here's something about the law. I'm not a law student. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know nothing about the law. But all I know is sometimes trials can last years. Sometimes. Some of them can last years. Others usually last months. Smaller ones last a couple of weeks, I'm assuming. So meaning, in the best case scenario, he'll probably be playing in a couple months. Best case scenario. And let's be real, bro. Let's be real. You really think the NBA is going to want to pick somebody like him? Now, obviously, he's still going to get the NBA a lot of views. But think about it, bro. Think about it. John Morant is already on some bullshit like this. And he's already ruining his career. If John Morant gets caught again, I'm not even going to lie, he might as well be out the fucking NBA. But Mikey Williams, man didn't even step foot in the NBA, and he's already getting charges on his name. Why? Why you ruining your life like that, bro? Why you ruining your life? Man, I don't get it, bro. I don't understand this shit for real. This dude is 5'11", very athletic. He's a great scorer, and yet he's ruining his life like this. Why? I have no idea. Man, if I was 5'11", bro, I'd be dunking over everybody, bro. On the Lord, if I was 5'11", I'd be dunking over everybody. Man, I'd be unstoppable, bro. I'd be unstoppable. But enough about Mikey Williams. Let's get into another thing that happened. Now, this happened in the NBA during the offseason. I'm going to talk about the new rules about resting players because we're finally cracking down on this load management shit. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. The first time I heard about load management, it was Kawhi Leonard with the Raptors. And when I heard load management, I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Does that mean like, you moving your furniture? Load management? I don't know. But now I see it means just resting your players because they still feel hurt, even though they're not diagnosed with an injury, or they just don't feel like playing. Although most of the time they are injured. Most of the time they are. But the NBA has finally cracked down on this, and I'm excited to see these new rules being implemented this season. Now, here are the rules. First rule is only one star is permitted to rest. So let's say you have like multiple stars. You can only rest one of them. And by star, they mean basically anybody that made All-NBA, All-Star teams, all of that in the past 3 seasons. That's what they mean by star players. And obviously, if you're injured, that doesn't count. If you are healthy, you can rest, but only one. So, for example, you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, right? So, the Celtics have to pick between Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum to rest. Me personally, I would choose Jason Tatum. But you can't rest both of them anymore, or you get fined. And I'll talk about the fines eventually. Next rule is star players must be available during nationally televised games and the in-season tournament games. I forgot about the in-season tournament as well. I might as well talk about that too. eventually after I mentioned the rules. All right, next rule. Let's say you got back-to-back games, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be back-to-back, but you got a home and then you have an away game, right? So you rest one, starting the home, they got to play the next game. So again, let me use Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, home game. You rest Jason Tatum. Next game, which is away, Jason Tatum has to play. Jaylen Brown can rest in the away game since he played the home game. But Jason Tatum cannot rest between both games. Jaylen Brown can't rest between both games. So you have to switch. I already know teams are they're going to find a loophole for this. They are going to find a loophole. Next rule is any player that's resting, any healthy player that's resting, they have to be in the arena. They have to be in presence of the fans. Because it makes no damn sense for somebody to spend hundreds of dollars worth of tickets just to find out the day of the game, not even the day of the game, a couple of hours before the game, just to find out that their favorite player is not even going to play. Imagine going to a Bucks game, right? Now I know this would rarely ever happen, but imagine going to a Bucks game and you pay for like good tickets, like a good $200 tickets, right? And just before the game is about to start, you find out that Giannis is not playing that game. You know how disappointed you would be? I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be hella disappointed to find out the day of the game after spending all that money to see Giannis playing. No Giannis. Nah. So how do we find a way to go around that rule? Well, players have to be on the bench. There's no, I can't make it now. You got to be in the arena. You got to be on the bench. You got to be in the presence. The fans got to see you. Because at least if they ain't going to see you play, at least they should see. And the final rule is there's no more shutdown. And by shutdowns, I mean, remember when Anthony Davis didn't want to play for the Pelicans no more, so they just sat him out? Or when the Blazers just sat out Lillard, or when the Wizards just sat out Bradley Beal? Yeah, there's no more of that. You can't do that no more. Either you're playing, too bad, you're playing. It don't matter. It don't matter. There's no more, oh, I don't want to play here no more. I'm gonna just sit down. Okay, you can rest for the rest of the season. Yeah. No. There's no more of that. Now, teams that violate these rules, what happens to them? Well, first offense is $100,000 fine. Second offense, $250,000. The third offense is going to be $1.25 million. And anything after the third offense is just going to keep adding a million over and over and over again. So the NBA not playing no more. Adam Silver isn't playing. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to lie. Adam Silver, yes, he is a soft guy, but when it comes to the NBA as a business, that man knows what he's doing. He knows what the hell he's doing. Now, before I get to the in-season tournament, there are two more things to the rest rules. Now, there's an exception. There is an exception. This exception is if you're at least 35 by opening night and you played at least 34,000 regular season minutes and a combined 1,000 regular season and playoff games. So in combination of regular season and playoff, you played at least 1,000 games and you had at least 34,000 minutes, you are an exception to the rest rule. You are an exception. So LeBron, he is going to finesse the system. And another thing, you have to play at least 65 games. I remember before this, I think it was like 50 games. But now you have to play at least 65 games to be eligible for any sort of awards. So MVP, DPOY, All NBA, all of that stuff. So yeah, you're gonna have to play, because if you want those awards and get that little cash bonus, you're gonna have to play, boy. Now I'm gonna get to the in-season tournament. And at first, it was a bit confusing. But Adam Silver explained it basically like, think about it as soccer. You know how in soccer, if you watch soccer, there's like little tournaments in between like the whole year and these little leagues of soccer. That's basically what the in-season tournament is supposed to be. And it's supposed to give like more competitiveness in the season. And, usually most people say that the season really starts at Christmas because that's when everybody gets competitive. And then by All-Star Weekend, you usually have a picture of who's going to make the playoffs, who's not going to make the playoffs, who's going to tank for the rest of the season and all that stuff, right? So basically, the in-season tournament is supposed to do this, and it's supposed to give like more fan interest in the game of basketball, basically. It's basically like a soccer tournament for real. You have your different groups, and they play against each other. Teams with the best record, they go in the next round. and they face each other. After that, finals. Think about it as like a soccer tournament. If you know soccer, you get what I mean. So Group A in the West is Warriors, Lakers, Phoenix, Utah, and the Blazers. Group B in the West is Mavericks, Nuggets, Clippers, Pelicans, and Rockets. And then in Group C for the West is the Kings, Warriors, Timberwolves, Spurs, and the Thunder. Now, Group A in the East is the Sixers, Hawks, Cavaliers, Pacers, and the Pistons. Golly. And in the East, versus Group B is Bucks, Knicks, Heat, Wizards, and Hornets. Oh man, we're gonna win this. We're gonna win this. Come on, bro. East, Group C is the Celtics, the Nets, crap, the Raptors, Bulls, and the God damn, I can't speak. And the Magic. Jesus Christ. Now it's not really gonna affect the regular season. Instead, it's honestly, if you make the finals of the in-season tournament, that's an additional game. That's really it. It affects your record, but it doesn't really affect the amount of games you play except for the finals. That's really it. So if you make the finals, you have 83 games except everybody else. Everybody else has 82. So it's not really affecting the season. Now, players on the winning team will each earn $500K, and the runner-ups, $200K, and the losers will each get $100K in the semifinals. And if you lose in the quarterfinals, you get 50. So basically, everybody gets a participation award. It's just that the winners get a higher award, obviously. Apparently, it's also the finals are going to take place in Las Vegas. Las Vegas might as well have an NBA team. Like, if we're being honest, Las Vegas might as well have an NBA team. And apparently, they're going to have jerseys. I don't know how these jerseys will look like. I hope they look nice, because for some reason, the city jerseys these days are now looking terrible. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'm excited to see how this in-season tournament is going to be. It's supposed to, like I said, bring competitiveness to the NBA season. And we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And finally, the last thing that I want to talk about, the reason why I'm doing a part 2. Literally, after I recorded part 1, I find out that James Harden didn't show up to practice for Philly. Yeah. James Harden pisses me off so much. He pisses me off more than Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons has done a lot of shit. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Like, why? I understand that you got cheated out your money, but think about it, bro. You did terrible in the playoffs. So why the hell would you get a pay boost if you did bad in the playoffs, bro? I get it. Daryl Morey promised him money, but again, you played bad. And in the eyes of a GM, in the eyes of head of basketball, whatever position Daryl Morey has, he's thinking about the team, not James Harden, bro. I mean, like, come on, bro. Seriously. It infuriates me so fucking much, bro. Like, why? How are you making this much money, but yet you are still acting like a little diva? How the is that possible? How, bro? Like, bro, it pisses me off so much. And I'm pretty sure NBA analysts are pissed off too, like Kendrick Perkins, bro. I'm pretty sure Kendrick Perkins is you damn right I'm pissed. I don't understand. Let me tell you this, okay? Let me say this. James Harden is the worst. He is the worst superstar that I have ever seen in my goddamn life. I don't understand how the hell you've been in Houston. You were that guy in Houston, and you couldn't get a championship because you were so bad in the playoffs. You were so bad that eventually you wanted to get out of Houston to go to Brooklyn, join a super team with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and y'all still couldn't get a championship. And I understand Kevin Durant, if his shoe was a little smaller, they would have went to the finals. But I digress. You were in that situation and you didn't like that situation. So again, you act up, and then you get your ass to Philadelphia, and now you're doing the same thing again. You're doing the same bullshit again. I don't understand this. I don't get it. James Harden is the worst superstar that I've ever seen in my life. Well, first of all, Kendrick Perkins. Usually I never agree with you on it, but today I agree with you. However, I believe that Kawhi Leonard is the worst superstar. We're not talking about, we're talking about James Harden. And now it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. How the hell are you making $36 million? $36 million a year. And you want to compete. You want to like a little child. You want to do that? I don't understand. I don't understand that. I need somebody to explain this. You see, this is what I'm talking about, Stephen A. That's exactly what I'm talking about. $36 million and you acting like this. It, it makes no damn sense. You know what? Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Because this is a podcast. This is not impression time. But you get the point. James Harden is acting like a bitch. James Harden is acting like a diva. James Harden, like, it doesn't. I'm so speechless, man. I'm speechless, but I'm not surprised. Man's really got his jersey retired at a strip club in Houston, bro. What the fuck? How is that even possible? How do you get your jersey retired at a fucking strip club? Oh my God. James Harden is a different kind of guy for real. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The more I think about James Harden, the more overrated he is. James Harden is one of the most overrated players in the league. Because let's be real. Only reason why he was averaging 30 points per game was because he was getting to the free throw line that many times. He was averaging like 10 free throws a game in Houston. Yeah, like 10 free throws, 6 to like 10 free throws a game. And Harden is not a bad free throw shooter. So I'm not looking at no stats right now. I'm not looking at no stats. This is my guess. But eventually I'm going to go look at those stats to see how smart I am. You got like 6 to 10 free throws a game, and Harden is going to make between, let's say he's averaging like 8 free throws a game. He's going to make between like maybe five to like 6 free throws out of those 8 free throws a game. So yeah, he's going to average that many points because he got to the free throw line so many times. I'm not saying he's a bad scorer, but he's a bit overrated if I'm being honest. And now I'm looking at his stats. Now. I was a bit incorrect. He was averaging 10 fucking free throws a game. Come on, bro. Yeah, he was averaging 27 points per game. He was averaging 30 points per game. But he was averaging 10 free throws a game as well. And he was making about 8 of those free throws. So yeah, that's 8 extra points. That's 8 to 9 extra points right there. So you can take those free throws out, and the man is only like a 22, 23 point per game scorer. Now, yeah, free throws are important, but he was abusing that shit. So yeah. I think James Harden is a bit overrated. But I mean, I talk about his play style. We talking about his attitude. It makes no fucking sense how you play so bad in the playoffs, you don't get the money, and now you go to China. Daryl Morey's a liar, and I will never play for an organization for him ever again. Nigga, you still playing. It don't matter. You still fucking playing, or you're gonna get the fuck out the league. I know damn well you care about that money. Oh, so stop. Stop, nigga, stop, please. And he was about to go to Houston. Houston, they didn't want him because James Harden wanted to be the number 1 guy once again. James Harden, you're washed. I'm sorry to say it. But that 30 point per game scorer, James Harden, is gone. He's still a great playmaker. He is still a great playmaker. He was one of the league leaders in assists this season. Well, last season. But he's not that guy anymore. He's a second option. The fact that he wanted to go back to Houston just to destroy what Houston is building up right now, that's selfish as hell. And he was about to go to the Clippers. I'm so happy he didn't go to the Clippers. I'm so happy. But they pulled back last minute because they didn't want to give up Terrence Mann. Very smart. Very smart. Even though the Clippers are still pretty stupid for trading Paul George because now the Thunder got all those first-round picks, but that's besides the point. Now, James Harden, where the hell is he going to go? I don't know. Like, some people think he should come to Miami. Me personally, I don't think so, but I wouldn't be too mad about it. I wouldn't. Why? Because James Harden may not be that 30 point per game scorer anymore. We don't need that. Plus, Kyle Lowry's contract is fucking huge. It's bigger than his ass, man. It's bigger than his ass. Let me stop. Oh, I'm good. Oh. I digress once again. James Harden in Miami, not such a bad idea, but I wouldn't be mad, but I wouldn't like it at the same time because I don't want to deal with that bullshit. I don't want to deal with that James Harden bullshit just for him to play like shit. He play like shit in the playoffs, and then he wants to get the fuck out of there because he's not getting no money. He's not in a winning situation. Philly should have won the championship. There's no fucking excuse for Philly not to at least make the conference finals. They were ass. They were fucking ass. And the fact that Joel Embiid, the way that he said, we don't have enough stars, That brushed me the wrong way. Because how the fuck do you have a former MVP as your co-star and you couldn't get past the Celtics, bro? You were up 3-2. 3-2. How the fuck did I go from James Harden to talking about Philly, talking about Embiid's playoff performances? I don't fucking know. But that's just how these things go. That's just how it goes. But for real, it makes no sense. Why this man keeps acting like this? Why? What do you want? What the hell do you want, man? Harden, what does this man want? You give him a co-star in Houston, and he plays like shit. You gave him Dwight Howard. He played like shit. You gave him Chris Paul. Yes, Chris Paul got injured, but they were 3 against the fucking Warriors. The AD Warriors. They were up 3-2. All James Harden had to do was play good. Nah, let's miss 27 threes in a row. Let's miss 27 threes in a row in game 7. And the worst part is they weren't even losing during most of the game. How? He gets the fuck out of Houston because he kept complaining. And then he's in Denver. I said Denver. You see how pissed I am? I can't even say the right team. He goes to Brooklyn. He plays like shit. He goes to Philly. He plays like shit in the playoffs once again. Then he wants to get out again. Are you fucking serious, bro? Are you serious? Nah, man. Nah. We need to stop feeding James Harden. We gotta stop babying James Harden. We gotta stop it. The NBA needs to stop doing that shit. Because it makes no fucking sense. It legit makes no fucking sense for not even a superstar. He's not damn right he's not a superstar. He's at least a goddamn star or an all-star player. He's a great player, don't get me wrong. But he's not no damn star anymore. Damn, Kendrick Perkins is pissed, man. He's pissed. Damn right I'm pissed. It don't make no sense. I don't understand why James Harden's still acting like this. I don't understand. But it really just makes no fucking sense why Harden acts like this, bro. Hey, you see, I get he wants a championship, but you play like shit. You always play like shit. So how the fuck are you supposed to get a championship when you play like shit and you got a co-star and you couldn't succeed with that co-star? What do you want? Huh? You stole MVP from LeBron in 2018. You played like shit in 2018 in the playoffs. Now I'm rambling. Because Harden is pissing me off. He pissed me off. Why the fuck did he miss practice? I don't know. I'll never play for an organization for Daryl Morey ever again. Bitch, this nigga, you playing for Daryl Morey, whether you like it or not, or you gonna get fined. Either you fine ass off, or you play for Daryl Morey, because nothing's gonna happen until you a free agent, my dude. But you know what? I'm gonna just end it right here. Because if I keep talking about James Harden, I'm gonna get high blood pressure. I'm not trying to do that, bro. I'm too young for that. I'm way too young for high blood pressure. All right, but I hope y'all like this part 2. NBA season starts very, very soon. I'm super excited. This is probably gonna go up after the season starts. But yeah, that's it. I'm out.